What's up, guys?
We hope you enjoyed this little segment from our Late Night TCG Live podcast.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and follow us on our respective channels.
All information will be in the description box below.
Enjoy!
So, okay, this is a really good debate that people generally have. Like, what is harder to play, combo decks or control decks?
Don't start this, bro.
And then the answer is they're both hard in their own way. And here's how,
Very
right?
Political,
so
very
let's
political.
no, it's not even political. I think it actually makes sense. So here's how. Combo decks force. So okay, we'll start off with trap decks. It makes more sense. So
Sure.
For control decks are very hard to play, but you gauge hard to play by the amount of interactions that you have to play against or think through.
Sure.
And so basically, when I gauge like how hard a deck is, I gauge at its interaction level. So like, how many interactions do you have to play against? For combo decks, they force your interactions earlier. What I mean by this is, in one turn, they force out about 20-30 interactions. The way you sequence your plays, the way your opponent responds to you, like with trap cards. Obviously, when you're going first, I mean,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Right?
There's not really much interaction.
Right.
I mean, that's not really how hard a deck is to play. That's gauging how well you memorize a combo.
Correct.
And so the thing with control is, it's not that because you get more turns that makes it harder to play. It's because that you get a lot of interactions. You just don't get it in turn one. You don't get it in turn two.
Correct.
Like the interaction amount is getting spread like through a lot of turns, multitudes of turns. Yeah. Whereas combo, it's like, bro, I am throwing my whole hand on the table. I'm gonna kill you this turn. And that's the game plan, right? Like that's usually the game plan for you when you're playing combo deck. Like you think how you're gonna kill your opponent.
Correct. I mean, no, I agree. Like I feel like this whole argument between, oh, control, you set purple, blah blah blah, and then control players are like, oh, you learned one combo, blah blah.
Like it's
blah.
like, oh my god, like how hard is it to flip trap cards? But in reality, it's not. It's not how hard it is to flip trap cards. It's when do you use those trap cards or interactions correctly, right? Like basically, how do you engage in these interactions? And it's like, think about it in terms of a decision tree.
Correct.
So for combo decks, right, the decision tree is very. It's like this, and then it spreads out like roots, like really fast, really fast. For like control decks, it's like, so turn one, it's like boop. Then it's like, okay, maybe they're gonna flip a trap, maybe they'll flip not. Okay, we'll see what happens, and then it slowly goes down. But the speed by which it like the roots travel to like the different lines of plays,
there's just more thought process in between the roots.
Yeah, exactly. It takes a lot longer. It's just combo forces out interaction faster, and that's why like people usually were like, oh, but like combo, there's more interaction back and forth, so it's a lot harder. But no, combo decks is also very hard because it forces out those interactions much earlier on in like the turn 1, turn 2, which a lot of people hate right now, right? Because it's like, yo, Yu-Gi-Oh is so fast paced right now. It's like, holy smokes, I'm either dead or I have no cards in hand, or they blow up my entire back row, like turn 1, 2, etc. But that's just how like the game is. But it's just like that's the differences between. That's why I'm saying it's both difficult to play in their own way.
Right, and like a lot of people, what they don't understand is like, people are like, oh yeah, back row decks suck because of Duster and Lightning Storm.
Yeah.
I mean, combo decks suck too, bro. We got Raigeki, Lightning Storm.
We got Floodgates.
Droplets, fucking. There's so many outs to both, right? And the problem is like you can easily out the Drytron board as easy it is to pop 3 cards from the back row. And that's what people don't understand when it comes to this whole control versus combo argument. Because if you look at all the top decks, there are both combo and control. So your argument is already just completely null, and you just sound fucking ignorant. You literally sound like a fucking fanboy, right? It's like, yo, dog, which control deck hurt you that make you think that combo is just better, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you trap decks play Floodgates interactive. Okay, what the fuck is Vanity Ruler?
Yeah.
What the fuck is Majesty's Fiend and Fossil Dynattack? What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Might as well be a fucking trap card.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think like always combo decks are inherently always quote unquote better from a card economy perspective.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they always generate more advantage. Correct. Right?
Like,
Like, I mean, just think about it, right? Like when you think about cards and monster effects and all that stuff, like they generate so much advantage, right? Like, Ben 10's like a dumb example, right? But if you think about it, like trap cards, they're generally 1-for-1s. There's
exactly,
then the 2-for-1s like punishment, right? Comes with a huge downside.
So
Ice Dragon's a good 2-for-1. There's like a lot of really good 2-for-1s, but there's not a lot of really good 2-for-1s in trap deck. That's why you have to try to outplay as much as possible to get that 1+1 to get that 2-for-1, not because of the card, but because of the interaction that the card can provide.
And that's why Shaddoll is so good. Because when you turn to tribute,
oh,
you
God,
go plus infinite, bro.
Yeah, bro. God, yeah. Oh, my bad. I just kicked
you're good.
Yeah, because don't talk about my Shadolls like that, alright? But yeah, I mean, and that's just like pretty much like to like hopefully provide some insight to you guys for this like debate between combo control. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I mean, because it's important. Like, we're not trying to start a war, because like this war is like ongoing, but the biggest issue is like does it really matter? You know, just play what you want to play.
Yeah,
and I think Paul from Team APS like made it like a whole video on it. It literally was just titled "Play What You Want to Play." Yeah, and like that struck a chord with me.
What if I just want to play everything?
Then just play everything. God damn it! All right, and you do, and like, and I appreciate that about you. Is that like you want to play every deck? Yeah. And like I mean so do I. You know, like like I have like legit 20 deck boxes up there with like fully built decks. Yeah. Granted, I mean obviously I don't have 20 playsets of 3 tags, or I might, who knows? But but I mean but you get what I'm saying, like. And like Pac always says this all the time, and I always agree with him. And it's like, if you learn these decks, right? If you learn the deck your opponent is playing, and you know your deck well, you know both decks well. Yeah, like we'll give a mini shout out to Coda right here, right? Like for example, he plays a deck like Unchained, and it's like a deck that like people don't even know, like people don't really know the interactions, and I've seen people misplay so bad, like throw games like are completely unwinnable for Coder just because they like didn't read the card or don't know what the cards flowed into, and it's just like, yo, like, look, I understand like these cards are not as obvious, right? But the thing is, if you lost game 1, just look at what you lost to. Exactly. Like what happened that contributed to that loss, and it's like, it's not like you have to take a 10-minute deep thought. Just think about it as you're side decking. Even when you're looking through your side deck after the game is lost, you're like, what did I lost to? Okay, so he went like, okay, Arua, and then all of a sudden he popped into his Abomination, which popped a card on my field, which enabled an OTK, and he's doing this, and this. And so you get an understanding about how the deck flows, about how the deck works, about some of the cards he was doing. You see, like, for example, he was activating Escape of the Unchained. Like, that card is like pops a card. He's activating this other one that brings back a monster. Especially, like, you get an understanding of how the card works. And I mean, that's what you have to do sometimes in the moment if you don't know these decks, right? But a lot of players kind of just go, like, they lose game 1. They're just kind of, like, their mind, like, shuts off. And they're like, what do I side deck? Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, it's like, yo, it's like 2-3 minutes has passed. Like, gotta speed it up. And all of a sudden, they lose to the same thing back and back. And it's because is dumb, bro. They're just not, like, prepped, or, like, they just didn't. I'm not saying learn from your losses, like, right away. But, like, you gotta, like, at least think about what you just lost to and, like, understand what just happened, you know? Well, I mean, truth be told, like, you kind of do need to understand what you lost to in the moment, right? Yeah, you do. Because, I mean, that's why you sided. And to be honest, if we were in, like, if you and I were playing in the feature match and all of a sudden, like, somehow you weren't playing Drytron or whatever, and you came in with fucking Trap Tricks or some shit. Yeah. And then I'm just like, what the fuck is Trap Tricks? Yeah. You know, like, I would have to I would make game 1 as long as possible to see, like, every interaction that your deck can provide. Yeah, exactly. Like, I generally don't scoop to, like, decks I don't know how they function. You just keep, just because I just want to see how they play, how it works and stuff like that. And it's important to get as much information as possible from those type of games, right? Like, make them really kill you, just so you understand how their deck works. Like, what are some of their win conditions? What are some like inherent cards, or like engines cards in their strategies? Yeah. And that provides a lot of insight. Like, people forget the knowledge, like, that games and cards people show in their graveyard and all that stuff really provides, right? Like, for example, if you see cards like Nadir Servant in your opponent's deck, you can expect cards like maybe Schism, maybe Punishment, right? You play around more cards as you get more information thrown at you. Yeah, I mean, but again, guys, like, we want everyone to succeed, but unfortunately, like, that's just not possible, right? If someone is winning, someone is losing. Yeah. But if you want to be a good player, my biggest advice to you is just be consistent. Yeah. Like, that's why I never consider myself like a good player, right? Because one, I don't play in enough like competitive environments, situations, right? And that's why, like, whenever you guys do see us on stream play at locals or like the extravaganza, like, I'm always like 4-1, 5-0, or I'm topping something. But like even then, I'm never like seriously speaking, I'm never like, yeah, I'm a good player. Like I don't say that.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like jokingly, I'd be like, yo, I'm the best player ever.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a fucking joke.
Jokingly.
But like for me, like I don't consider myself a good player at all.
Yeah.
Even though like I do have a lot of results under my belt, because like generally like I don't play into LCSs, and I even like I dropped it. I was playing the last extravaganza for fun. And I was like 3-1 or 2-1.
Yeah.
And I was like throwing.
Yeah.
But people were just like throwing harder.
Yeah.
And like, cause I was trying to lose so I can just start streaming.
Yeah.
But fucking people were just throwing, bro. And like, I don't know if it was like my interactions were so bad that I made a misplay.
Yeah.
Or like even the bad interactions that I was deliberately doing was just winning me games. But like at the end of the day, like if you want to be a good player, like there's no doubt in anyone's mind that Pac is a good player, right? But that's because like you have multiple LCS tops.
Yeah.
You've topped the extravaganza.
Yep.
You also, do well at locals. You scrubbed out at the case tournament. But I mean, you get what I'm saying,
Yo, Bear sound insane, bro. Yo, I was like, I definitely knew I was playing in Susu's tournament when I got barrier, statue, stun. Holy.
Yo, whoever did that to him, yo, kudos, yo, props to you,
Yeah,
dude.
bro. Holy.
Holy crap, bro. No, but oh man, but we are reaching that time. So just real quick, guys, if you guys are not subscribed to the Late Night TCG YouTube channel,
let's go.
Make sure you guys are subscribing to there. Drop a like on this podcast and comment down below, like, are you a good player?
Yeah.
Like, just be honest. Like, you don't have to out yourself.
Yep.
But I want you to out yourself. Just be honest, bro.
Yeah.
There's no point about being delusional in Yu-Gi-Oh! You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't sit there, look at a barrier statue, and be like, there's no barrier statue there. Because it's fucking there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm out. But
oh my goodness.
Yeah, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little episode. And yeah, guys, we'll see you guys in the next one. Check us out at twitch.tv/LateNightTCG for more content like this live. So yeah, guys.
Yeah, and also, after the podcast ends, we usually leak some merch.
Yeah.
And we play some games and we do Q&A. If you guys want to see that, you guys have to be here live because that stuff isn't going to be on the YouTube channel. So the Late Night TCG YouTube channel will have the main 1 hour podcast going up, and then highlights for those of you who don't want to really sit through an entire hour and your attention span is as good as mine is.
Yeah.
Like maybe like 8-10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Right where it is for YouTube revenue. You know what I'm saying, baby?
Facts.
So, we freaking love you guys.
Yep.
This is Susu from Late Night TCG.
And this is Pac
Signing
out.
All right, guys.
I hope.
Bro, shut the fuck
Yo,
up,
you
bro.
shut up, bro.
Get out of my video,
No,
bro.
bro.
My fans will slap your fans.
Bro, my fans will beat up your fans and you.